my first off season after being in the big leagues, and I was 22 in the big leagues, was successful, was playing for my hometown team, had all the money I could have ever wanted, had my own place in downtown Dallas, had as much fame as I ever wanted or ever thought I would have, and I would wake up. I mean, it was almost every morning, and I just felt like this huge void. And I tried to fill it with alcohol, with girls. Going out every night, doing whatever I could to basically distract myself. And I woke up one morning, and I just thought, there's something that's missing here. And I was baptized when I was 6 years old in the Baptist church. Didn't really understand what it meant to walk with the Lord. It took me about 18 years to figure it out. And the next couple years, from 22 to 24, I really struggled with who I was as a person, who I was as a Christian, who I was as a professional. A lot of questions, a lot of doubt. And I always say God that used baseball to kind of bring me back to Him and really kind of shake me out of my funk. But I mean, the things that have happened this year, I couldn't even have imagined it, and none of it's possible without Him. It was crazy because I would have games where I would just kill it, and I would go 3 for 4, 4 for 4, and I didn't realize that my faith was in how well I did that night, how successful I was as a baseball player, how many people liked me, how many people thought I was a talented guy. And it took me a long time to realize that. It actually took me falling all the way to the bottom in 2010. I think I hit like 192 with one home run. I'm a power hitter, so one home run is not very powerful. In like 45 at-bats with the Rangers. They made the postseason for the first time. I mean, I grew up a Rangers fan watching them, and I was left off the postseason roster. Really struggling, really frustrated, a lot of hatred, a lot of animosity towards people in the front office, people on the coaching staff. I wanted to blame everybody but myself. Was really feeling alone, and I was very blessed. God put two people in my life that I still keep in touch with today. Guys that I love a lot, have a lot of respect for, David Murphy and Josh Hamilton. And a lot of people know Josh's story, going through the drug problems and then coming to Christ, and obviously being a huge messenger for him now. And David Murphy's kind of the exact opposite. Pretty much, I think Murph has never done anything wrong in his life. He's just a good guy. I mean, great heart. And I was asking these guys questions. I've been reading my Bible, and Josh actually gave me a devotional Bible. And before this time, I had never read my Bible on a daily basis, never prayed on a daily basis. I would say prayers before the game, but it was just kind of a repetition, kind of going through the motions. And I started asking him all these questions, and I really felt like there was a fire burning inside me. And that's the best way. I know it's kind of cliche to say that, but that's the best way I can describe it. We were in San Francisco for Game 1 of the World Series, and I woke up in the middle of the night in the hotel room, and I was freaking out. I mean, I was like out of breath. I felt like there was just this uneasy feeling in my room. The lights were completely off. It was pitch black. I didn't feel like I was alone, and I didn't feel like the person or whatever was in there with me was on my side. And I just started praying, and just praying to God, really crying out. And that was the night I really surrendered to Christ. And I woke up and I called my wife. She was my fiance at the time, and I said, look, I haven't been the person that I wanted to be since I was a little kid. And I want to get back to that. I want to be the husband that you deserve. I want to be the friend that my friends deserve, the son my parents deserve. I want to live my life with Christ. I don't want to live my life with baseball anymore. And we talked for a long time, and then from there it was just, it's been one fun ride. Something I do on a daily basis, whether it's an app on my phone, if I'm on the road, or I usually, in fact, I can't even remember the last time I've traveled without one. I still have the one that Josh gave me. It's pretty neat. It's got a bunch of different stories in there, and it kind of gives you something to look at every day. But I don't want it to seem like, every morning I'm opening up the Word and just having this awesome meditation on it, and just, in full contact with God, and just that there are days that it's a struggle, that I don't really understand what I'm reading, or I'm not really feeling a punch from what I'm reading, and that's, I think it's something that a lot of guys go through. But I think the important thing is to pray on it, and just be in the Word. And one of the things that I'm kind of struggling with right now is memorization. And I'll remember a verse for 24 hours, and then I get up the next day, and I'm I know, right? I got a little bit going on, but I kind of piece it together. But I just think it's important to get in the Word, to really start your day off with it, and it's important to do it alone. There are obviously times when you can fellowship and get with your friends, but I think it's important to do it alone, to do it early in the morning and start your day off. I can tell when I haven't done it, days that are a little bit tougher than others, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. Well, I think obviously, the first thing, and it's something that I do on a daily basis, is surrender, knowing that you're not in control, that there is a higher being that is in control in your life and that loves you. And that's something that when I was 6 years old, they said, just say this little prayer and you'll be saved. And I definitely think that you should pray and ask for Christ to come into your heart, to come into your life, but it's a changing of your heart. You become a different person. It's tough, anybody that's asked me, it's not easy. It's easy to live by your own standards and do whatever you want, but it's not worth it. And I think that really just the work that Christ has done in my life, not only on the baseball field, but really more outside, is just a testament to the fact that He is real. I've seen Him move in ways that I could have never imagined. And it's a gift that, like I said, it's totally worth it. I heard it put, if it's all said and done with, and there is no heaven and there's no hell, and when we die, nothing happens, then if nothing else, you've lived your life for a good purpose. But if you choose not to believe, and there turns out to be a heaven and there turns out to be a hell, then you're taking a pretty big risk. God has really put Matthew 23:12 on my heart, and it's just, I think He was more preparing me for what's to come than I really, because I'm like, for those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. And I'm like, I feel like I'm pretty humble, I'm Chris Davis, and this is my life verse, Matthew 23:12. For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted.